Well, before we dive into our discussion, we are going to look back at our norms that you created at the beginning of the year and just focus on one today. We've been working on them and you know them well, but we always have the opportunity to continue to work and improve, and it really helps to just pick one to focus on. So let's read them out and then we'll choose one as a group. So provide evidence and reasoning. 2, listen with an open mind and consider new evidence. 3, take a stand, don't be in the middle. 4, listen carefully, do not interrupt. 5, do not distract. And 6, be concise. Do we have a vote for one of them? Does anyone want to take a stand on one of them? Awesome. What do you have?
Maybe be concise.
All right, that was nice and concise, and we're just going to go with that. So today we're going to focus on being concise. We've talked a lot about different traits of writing in our workshops this year. And for this writing workshop that we're about to kick off, we're going to focus on 3 of the traits in particular. We're going to focus on ideas, word choice, and presentation. And we're right now going to watch a powerful short speech given by Malala, who is the youngest person to have ever received a Nobel Peace Prize. As a young girl of only 15 in Pakistan, Malala was given the opportunity to go to school, unlike most girls in her community. And because of that, she was shot in the head by a Taliban gunman, but she survived, and then consequently was given the Nobel Peace Prize. So this video that we're going to watch is her acceptance speech.
I'm proud, well, in fact, I'm very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award. Along with that, I'm pretty certain that I'm also the first recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize who still fights with her younger brothers. I want there to be peace everywhere, but my brothers and I are still working on that. This award is not just for me. It is for those forgotten children who want education. It is for those frightened children who want peace. It is for those voiceless children who want change.
What stood out to you from that speech in terms of her ideas, her word choice, and her presentation? So what really stood out to you? Ray, you want to start us off?
Sure. What stood out to me really is how she didn't only she kept it kind of lighthearted, and she kept on bringing things up, like how she argues with her brothers, how she may be stubborn, how just those little things that we can all relate to, because not everyone can relate to getting a Nobel Prize and all that. So people can and it also kind of empowers you. Like, she's just a girl, she's still a teenage girl that fights with her brothers, but she would find a way to have a voice and represent it, and that, I feel like those little references really made that stand out. Zane, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I felt like she was very humbled throughout the speech. Like, she would say, like, I'm just a normal girl, and she would say examples like how she would fight with her brothers and stuff like that. I felt like how she was, like, very humble and lighthearted, like Rhea said. Julia?
I really liked how she was very clear. Like, she would repeat what she was saying, how she was like, she repeated how she was saying that this will be the last child who will be deprived of an education, and like, she made sure that everyone would understand her.
So I talked about the 3 traits: ideas, word choice, and I'd chosen presentation. But listening to you all, I think they're somewhat similar, especially in a speech, voice and presentation. But it sounds like what stood out to a lot of you was her voice, like that she chose to really share, to talk about her siblings, and that voice that she used seemed to be really powerful. So let's go ahead and change our focus to ideas, word choice, and voice. Between those 3, not thinking just about her speech, but just speeches in general, which do you think is most important for creating a great speech? So let's take a quick vote, and then I want to hear some details. So if you think ideas are the most important, the ideas that you share in your speech, hand on your head. If you think it's the particular words you choose, put your hand here. And if you think it's the voice that you use, put your hand here. Interesting. So we are definitely between word choice and voice in this group. And Reagan, I saw your hand up right away. So would you share with us why you believe it's voice?
I believe that voice is the most important part of a speech. You want to keep the audience interested and you don't want them to be bored. So even it doesn't really matter what the words you use. You can just say a bunch of really smart words and your speech will still be boring. I think the voice is what matters more. If you're stuttering in your speech, I don't think people will connect with your speech as much as you'd like them to. And also making sure that your voice is very clear with what you are communicating to everyone. So that's why I think voice is the most important part during a speech. Zane, did you want to say?
Yeah, I think word choice is better because the way your words come out, they can be interesting. You're telling sometimes you can tell a story maybe, and a personal opinion, stuff like that. And I feel like that would engage your audience more than voice.
You are actually going to be writing your own speeches to deliver to the class at the end of the month. You will be accepting Nobel Peace Prizes for, I'm not sure, we'll find out at the end of the month. But each of you will write and deliver a speech. And we actually have the opportunity to have some coaching professionals. So get some help as you all create your speeches. We're going to bring in an expert on one of the 3 traits to help you with your speeches. So really think about which of the traits you need the most help with. Is it ideas, coming up with the main idea for your speech, the word choice, or your voice? And not just physically your voice, but the way you want to present yourself. Do you want to present yourself as a relatable person? Do you want to present yourself as an authority? How do you want to present yourself in the speech? What voice do you want to take? So we have Mrs. Lopez is a business coach here in town who specializes in helping people generate new ideas. So she could come in and really work on ideas with you all. We have Mr. Greenberg, who's a writing professor and an expert on word choice. And Mrs. Brown owns the local comedy club and is a master at presentation and voice. So we can only have one of them come in. You've each got 2 tokens. You can give them both, 2 votes, I guess. 2 votes towards one person, or you can split your vote. All right, Ty, why don't you kick it off? Who are you going to give your tokens to?
I would definitely give my tokens to a comedy club owner. Because then maybe he could help me make jokes within it so that people will laugh and then remember, oh yeah, that kid, he was pretty funny. Oh yeah, what was he talking about? Oh yeah, saving the world from exploding. Yeah, should probably do something about that. So that's why I would want a comedy club owner. Raya?
I would split my tokens up. I would probably put one for for the comedian, and another one for an English writer, and just because I feel like those two aspects are really important, and I need to work on both for speeches.
All right, was that everybody? All right, Brooklyn.
Most of the votes went to the comedian, also known as like the voice helper.
All right. Well, it looks like we'll be getting some expert help on voice. But in the meantime, you have 40 minutes now to start outlining your speeches. And it sounds like kind of throughout this discussion, you all felt like, and particularly with getting help, that you don't need any help on ideas. So that might be where you really want to focus your time today, is just kind of outlining your ideas. And then as we go through the workshop, we'll have the expert come in on voice, but we'll also do plenty of work on word choice so that you feel like you can give the best speech possible. Vanessa, you're up for one-on-one with me right now. So let's teleport to my office, and the rest of, we'll all meet back here in the main Zoom room in 40 minutes. Thanks for a great discussion.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.